La 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 la. Hello guys, we're back.
Welcome back to the podcast. Episode what?
Episode number 8, if you don't understand Spanish.
Oh god, man.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Alex,
I'm Arthur.
and we would like to
Present.
announce our special guest for
Safety.
today's podcast.
Safety.
Would you like to present yourself?
Yeah, of course. My name is Alex. I'm happy to be here with you guys today.
2 Alexes.
So tell us who you support, where you from?
Yeah. No, I'm from the area. You know, I support Arsenal, like you. Like
Yes,
Alex,
sir.
I support Arsenal.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
top of the league. What can I say? Yeah, no, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk footy.
Alright,
Alright.
well,
Let's start.
Okay. So last week we spoke about.
what you doing?
World Cup predictions.
Last week we spoke about the World Cup predictions.
The end of the clubs going into the World Cup,
Uh-huh.
Qatar.
Yeah.
Today, what are we gonna talk about
We talked
today?
a lot about Qatar.
Today I think.
We have
Well,
to start with Ronaldo, don't we?
Yeah, I think we should start with
I
Ronaldo.
agree.
Ronaldo.
we got over Ronaldo.
I think we should each
So-
give our thoughts and then get into
Well,
the
firstly, let's
debate.
kind of explain what's happened with Ronaldo and why he's always in the news. So this past week, he's had an interview with Piers Morgan, who is a British interviewer. I don't really know much about him, and he's kind of butchered Man United.
I think
Butcher
it's-
Man United, Ten Hag.
I mean,
Ryan
especially after
The Glazers.
Yeah.
They had just won a game against Fulham, and then he comes out with that
Yeah.
statement, you know,
Yeah.
criticizing
Yeah,
Ten Hag, all that stuff. I mean, also he did it.
He didn't criticize Ten Hag.
A little
He said he
bit.
didn't have
He
respect
said
for
he
him.
didn't feel like he got respected by him.
Yeah,
I
he
feel.
said he didn't have respect for Ten Hag because Ten Hag didn't have respect for him, which is, I mean, if a person doesn't respect you, you're not gonna respect them.
Yeah, but
I
he's
think
not
that's
supposed to
fair.
say out loud just like that for everyone to
Well,
hear. Like that's
But
not-
obviously, this was the culmination of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
agree.
you know he walked out at the Spurs game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that, Ten Hag gave him the armband back, like in other games. So I think that, you know, it's I think it's
Made up for
it's
it.
not
Like
like
he's-
a really. I mean, I don't know. I think Ten Hag did not handle the situation that
Yeah,
well. What do you
no,
guys- what do you
I
guys
I
think?
think Ten Hag was trying to give him the armband to try to please him. Just
Yeah.
like he was trying to do at the Tottenham
Game when he put him on 3 minutes before
Yeah,
the
I
game.
agree. I agree.
Just
with
say, okay, I played you, so don't complain to me. I'm giving you the captain's armband. Don't complain to me. I think that's what he's trying to do.
But at the
He's
same
trying
time,
to
I don't think he deserves to start. Like, it's
Yeah,
as simple as
obviously
that.
he
I don't
doesn't
think he
deserve to
deserves to
start.
start. And
It
I
doesn't matter. Ten Hag started him, gave him the captain's armband.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Why
obviously
are we
he wanted
talking
him
about
to stay.
Ronaldo deserves to start? This is
He
the
wanted
interview
him to
we're talking
stay.
about.
He wanted him to stay. He wanted him to be happy. He gave him the armband.
Okay, so what did he actually say in the interview?
So, I think from the interview, what he was talking about mainly is that he feels like there isn't that respect he's getting from Ten Hag, and that
Mhm.
ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club, Manchester United has always been going downhill, whereas other
He hasn't
clubs,
progressed at
whereas
all.
other clubs have been progressing, and he mentions a couple of them. He says like City, he talks about Liverpool, he even talks about Arsenal too.
Yeah, he said
He said he
Arsenal
wants Arsenal
to win the
To win
league
the
after
league
United.
after
Well,
United.
that my goal.
What
Question
can I
mark.
say?
Yeah.
Exactly. No, but there are a lot of those issues. I think he was just talking about Manchester United as a whole, and I think he says that he loves the club, but he says that right now it's not in a good state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
And-
it's kind of what all the fans have been saying for the past month, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But
it's fair.
Yeah,
But
very,
for some
very fair.
reason, the fans are mad at him speaking against the club, even though he's saying what they've been saying for years.
I
now.
think there's bigger support for him than some people say though.
No.
I do think that a lot of fans are on his side.
I think
a lot of fans are on
Well,
side.
there's a lot of
What do you
backlash in the first couple days, but once everyone figured out that what he was saying was actually what they've been saying all along.
Piers Morgan is actually he's not I mean I don't mind him, but the way he used this interview to boost his himself,
Yeah.
he it was not a good move. He used Ronaldo's dead child in order to like get more clicks,
Yeah.
promote the
Yeah,
interview. And the first time that he leaked a clip, it was a clip about Ronaldo saying that he didn't respect Ten Hag. So he shows like so many of the negatives before putting the
And
full interview
What
up.
annoyed me is that
So there was so much backlash for Ronaldo
Yeah.
at the start, and
then people
started
understood what
fucking
happened
started
because of the-
understanding.
Yeah.
But also like the thing that annoyed me is that he kind of put all this like the small parts out, just leading up so that everyone would watch his
And you see his tweet.
video.
He said
I mean
like,
that's
big
promoting,
reveals
that's
about Messi.
marketing.
He said big reveals about Messi
Yeah.
for part 2, and he said that I respect Messi, like it was anything.
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
everything he
that's
said in the past.
marketing.
Yeah, the thing is, he wants to drive more clicks to his interview.
Yeah,
I think that the thing is with Ronaldo is that English is not even his first language.
Yeah.
He knows to speak English, but I think that he's not stupid, but I do think that the way Piers Morgan framed this whole interview, it makes Ronaldo seem like the bad guy.
Yeah.
A lot of the things he's talking about are very valid, and also a lot of them are very personal. He's talking about his childhood and that hurt him a lot. He could have been going through depression and all that stuff.
And on Tuesday, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, but Piers Morgan actually tweeted out new stunning revelations at 10 p.m. tonight. So on his Twitter, we're expecting him to post a clip. He posts a clip, and it's about Ronaldo's dead daughter and how he and Georgina dealt with it and how they were going through bad times. So, you tweet out promoting a clip, new stunning revelations at 10 p.m. tonight from Cristiano, and you post that I think that's nasty to me.
It's profiting off his open.
Yeah,
But
he's
he's
profiting,
the most
and I don't understand how
he's
Ronaldo's team
the
has
most
allowed this to
followed
happen.
person on Instagram, probably the most famous person in the world.
Yeah, but I don't understand.
But
How does
you can
Ronaldo's
just,
team-
manipulate his words?
Yeah, I agree.
How does Ronaldo's team let Piers Morgan tweet something out like that? Stunning revelations, and then
maybe he
posts
was
about his
okay
dead
with
daughter.
it, but I think that Piers Morgan, it's just how he
Yeah.
operates.
Yeah,
But it's just
that's-
I think it's just a shame that people immediately went to criticize Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I don't think I think a lot of things he was saying were very right. He
Yeah.
talks about the Glazers owning Man United
Mhm.
and how they're running the club into the ground, and I completely agree.
And that's what all the fans have been saying. once again.
Yeah. And I
And
think
it's gonna help the club.
I think that's why the support has been mixed, because I do think that some fans
But-
agree with him.
Are the Glazers gonna ever sell the club in the next?
That's the thing.
They might though.
After this interview, the Glazers will have a lot of extra pressure on them, and they're gonna have to do something.
You know, honestly,
Either they're gonna start
so-
big spending again like they did in the
Did you all see
summer.
the crazy rumor?
Maybe
that-
they're gonna do that in January,
What was the rumor?
or it's gonna cause some effect of the Glazers finally.
They might start selling parts of the
Yeah.
club. You know what I mean? They might start selling some of their shares.
And they might do if no one wants to buy
Maybe they'll get
United-
new chefs finally.
New
They might improve their
institutions, new
facilities.
world introductions.
Workout. Yeah, but you see that crazy rumor that they're planning a swap deal for Mbappe? They're saying
that's not
Ronaldo
happening. That's not
plus
happening.
150
Mbappe
million.
is not going to.
That's
that.
not happening.
But just imagine Ronaldo and Messi in the same team.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Ronaldo did say never say never.
That'd be sick.
Never
When he
seen
said that, I'm telling you
Ronaldo-
that made me so happy.
I
I
think
want
that-
them to play together.
I think that brings us to our next point, though, is that will Ronaldo? How much what do you guys think this interview means? How much longer?
Yeah.
does this
I
have-
think Luke.
How much longer do you think this guy
I
has
think
in his
Luke
career?
means that
He's getting kicked
I'm
out.
gonna-
He's gone.
No, I think what he was trying to say with this interview, he didn't say it explicitly, but I'm not playing for Man United again. Either I win the World Cup and I retire, or I go to MLS and I retire.
Yeah.
I think
Or-
he was
but no, but then he was saying, then he was.
I think he put MLS.
No, but then he was because in the interview he was talking about how he's gotten hate because a lot of people say that no one wants him.
Yeah.
But then he's like, oh, but a lot of people want me. That makes you believe that he doesn't actually want to go to the MLS because he still likes to believe that he's wants to play in the highest competition of football in the world. And if he goes to the MLS, he's not doing that.
That's true, but
The thing is, Ronaldo said that right now that he feels I don't agree with him based on how he played he's been playing, but he said that right now he feels like he's in the best form that he's been in the past couple of months, and so that just tells me that he's ready for the World Cup. And after the World Cup, he's obviously gonna be out of shape, tired, and I don't know. He said that if he wins, he's retiring, but I don't really think that his chances are that high to win the World Cup. So if he were to not win and to keep going, he leaves Man U and joins.
I think
But-
Portugal
but-
do have a
Big
very
club that
exciting
wants
squad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said-
So what do you think about
I said
Portugal
this-
winning the World
I
Cup?
said this
then?
last week or 2 weeks ago, I think. I said that Portugal have the second best team on paper after Brazil.
Definitely.
Really?
If you put in their
Definitely.
best squad, not the one that Fernando Santos is gonna play, but their
Fernando
best
Santos-
The
squad.
problem, though. But
That's
what do you guys
the
think about the manager? What do you
Fernando
think?
I don't
Santos,
like-
he's
He's a
literally.
terrorist. He's a terrorist.
Brother,
Oh my
what?
god, I hate. He's a terrorist.
No, the thing
he plays
is-
terrorist football.
The thing that Fernando Santos does is he doesn't try out new players. He just plays the same midfield for like 5 years.
He plays
William Carvalho and
He
and
plays
whoever
Danilo
else.
Pereira. Win
Danilo
CDMs. Danilo Pereira.
They're
and
both
William
Yeah,
ball
Carvalho.
black guys.
that's a very defensive setup.
They're both the same player.
Yeah.
They're slow, tall, big CDMs. That
Balls.
yes, they do the job. But I mean, when you have Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes,
Renato
Palhinha,
Sanchez,
Vitinha,
Vitinha, and you're
Yeah.
playing Danilo Pereira and Carvalho.
Wait, didn't they play a friendly just right now? Like
Yeah, against Nigeria, they won 4-0.
What was their lineup?
I don't remember, but I know that.
Wait, actually, I'll
But I
check,
think
I'll check.
the difference between previous tournaments is that they have like some very exciting young players.
Yeah, that's what I
You
was
got
saying.
like Rafael Leao.
Rafael Leao.
Very good player.
First
I
of
mean,
all, he's
Leao.
not gonna start Leao.
Look
He
at
didn't.
this team.
He didn't
No,
play
but
Leao
it's
in
not
the
their full
friendly.
team. It's not their full team, but still, they're playing Otavio and Carvalho.
But what?
They're not playing.
Joao Felix. I think Joao Felix.
Oh, by the way, they
is
have the
a good
Benfica
forward.
defender for center back. We
Oh,
were talking about that last
Rafa-
time.
Silva.
Are Portugal like size?
He's
No,
pretty
it's
good.
Antonio Silva.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's the Benfica
Human
center
being-
back.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But
I
look,
know
their
Silva.
bench,
They
their
also
bench.
have great keepers. They have
Yeah,
three
they do,
amazing
they do.
keepers. They have
The shoes they
Cicero,
saw.
they have Sa,
Diego
and they
Costa.
have Diogo
Wait, I think
Costa.
Costa's not gonna start.
I
Pretty
think
sure
that
he's starting.
I think he will.
Yeah, he has been saying.
Yeah, that's how I'm saying for my fantasy.
I
That's
was
what
gonna
happened.
start for my fantasy.
No, I think he will because in the Euros, the Nations League, Patricio didn't
Yeah,
start.
he was.
But look, if you look at this, their bench is better than their first team. Like they have Vitinha,
Cancelo's gonna
Leao,
start. Cancelo's gonna
Guerrero,
start.
Pepe, Palinha,
But I think
Cancelo.
there's also the chemistry too.
Yeah,
because I think
obviously.
there's a lot. You
That
can't
plays
just
a
bring
role.
in. I don't know.
That's true. But
Okay, but
that's-
anyway, so I think how far do you think this Portugal team can go?
They're not getting into. They're not gonna win.
It depends on the coach. Because honestly,
Wait,
Fernando Santos, he does this thing where when he's playing a really good team, he goes full defensive with the two DMs and the full Jose Mourinho Italian Diego Simeone style football. But then, like if he's playing Ghana, I assume he's gonna play sort of the same similar team
but
to this.
guys, if they finish second in their group and Brazil finish first, they're playing Brazil. Round of
That's
16.
Okay, but
that's
then-
also the
What? So
that's
you think
serious.
Uruguay are gonna be doing the group?
But if Fernando Santos,
Potentially.
if Fernando
South
Santos,
Korea.
Maybe.
if Fernando Santos
Uruguay
plays a
getting
good
group.
team, if Fernando Santos plays a good team, then Portugal should
Do well.
have.
The thing is, even if Portugal do well though, they can still face like Switzerland in the round
And
of
then
16.
But look.
And who knows? I mean, Switzerland are good.
No,
in the
that's-
World
that's
Cup.
really good.
Switzerland in the Euros. I
Yeah,
thought
but
were
every
great.
time that Portugal and Switzerland play, Portugal always.
Okay, but okay.
But if
okay.
you look, if you
But-
look at this group, they beat South Korea. They finished first in their group. That's what they're expecting to finish. Then they play either Serbia or Switzerland potentially.
Serbia also a good team.
I think
Yeah.
quarterfinals is at least.
I think Portugal are fine.
Portugal is.
I think
quarterfinals.
they won't. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if they'll make
I-
it past around the quarters.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna win.
It's gonna be at least quarters, but maybe they'll get to the final just off pure passion. And
I think
just,
what they
you know.
need is you have to have a bit less of a defensive structure, and I
Yeah.
think you have to bring in players like Vitinha.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Steve.
keep in Bruno. You know,
What I love-
obviously keep in Bruno, and you know you gotta have more like creativity in that team. I think that's
And a
like,
younger
Joao Felix-
squad, which is what the players
Joao
have never
Felix
given.
in a non-Atletico side where he can really express himself. I
Yeah.
think you need. I
I'm
think
telling
need
you,
more
bro,
players.
if they play Joao Felix, Leao, and Otavio, and then Ronaldo comes off the bench in
How
the
about
second
Bruno?
half.
Oh, Bruno.
But Bruno, I don't think Bruno should
accept
start.
to be on the bench.
That's crazy.
No, obviously Ronaldo
Bro,
won't be on the bench.
Silva's
because
like never gonna.
Fernando Santos is scared of Ronaldo.
But I think Ronaldo
But-
has power.
And Santos is
This is just my opinion.
Santos
This
is
is
it's
my
Ronaldo's
opinion.
team.
No,
It's
no,
not-
no, no, no.
it's
This is
not
just my
Santos'
opinion.
team.
If Felix, Leao, and Otavio start, I'm telling you that's so dangerous. Even though they won't, it's such a dangerous trio.
But they do have I think you're right. They do have those players that if they're not starting, they can come off the bench.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they can do some damage against tired legs.
But the thing, I think they should start Ronaldo, because
I
No,
would
listen,
rather-
listen. Let me tell you why. Because if Ronaldo is starting in the team, everyone the players in the team see Ronaldo, and I don't know who was talking about it before. It was
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva.
That's
he
what
was,
I
he was talking about how he wants to win, like the Argentinian players. He wants to win, like for Cristiano Ronaldo. And if Cristiano Ronaldo's playing in the team, then they can look on the pitch and look and see Ronaldo and be like, oh shit.
I don't think so at all. I think that Ronaldo doesn't have the same presence in the locker room as Messi does. I think Ronaldo is just not like. I don't think the players want to win for Ronaldo as much as they want to win. for Messi.
They definitely don't want to win
Because he's so
much for Argentina.
egotistical. He thinks only about himself. About
However,
Messi.
they still do
That's not
have
true.
the feeling. They
And-
still do have.
You
he
know
is
why?
egotistical.
Piers Morgan said to Ronaldo, if you're in the final against Argentina, imagine you score 2 goals, Messi scores 2.
And
You
then
have a
you
free
score
kick
third
at the
one.
last minute.
No, he didn't say free
For
kick.
your-
He just said goal.
You score a goal for your last minute.
What's happening?
For your last minute winner at the World Cup, 3-2 you win, and then Ronaldo says, "No,
If that happens-
Piers, I don't care. I just want Portugal to win. I don't
Yeah.
care if I score. Anyone else can score."
Yeah, but
I'm telling you,
in the rest of the
Ronaldo-
interview, he's talking about how he's the best player in the world.
Does he really think
no
that?
one can beat me.
That's
I think we have to assume that he's being.
Maybe.
I think
No, we have to
listen.
assume. I agree.
Ronaldo
let's assume that
is
he's
misunderstood. All right, everyone thinks that he only wants himself to score because, yeah, sure, he says he's the best player in the world, but that's just his mentality. But for Portugal, I'm telling you, that is different. Did you see the way he was crying when they won the Euros? Like when they won the Euros, he knows he had no part in the
also,
final.
I thought in World Cup qualification, I thought he really looked like he cared a lot.
Yeah,
Right,
Like,
no,
he cared,
qualification,
he really cared, and I think he was being creative. Like he was getting assists.
He was
and all that
playing well.
stuff. I think
And
he was
honestly,
playing more selfless.
People kind of think that Ronaldo's washed just because he's playing in Man U, where Erik ten Hag doesn't use him well. Like if he plays
What's
in
the
a
best
squad
way to use Ronaldo?
Right now,
in just headers.
as
Like
As
how do
Olivier
you
Giroud.
how do you get the best
How
out
does
of
Olivier
a
Giroud score?
37-year-old Ronaldo? 38.
right now, I think
Like,
you tell Ronaldo to stop because I think we all notice this when he plays. He really wants the ball a lot, so he drops deep. He
Okay.
tries to. It's good when he does those little 1-2s with the fullbacks, and then it frees up the space for one of the midfielders. I think that he should do less of that and focus more on making the runs, and not the runs for the long balls, because when he runs for a long time, like chasing the ball, he falls down. He messes up his shot. I think that he should just be ready at any time
For a
because
header.
Portugal have such
It's target
creative
man. He
players.
just sits in the
Yeah,
sits on the
Just
ball.
play like
Yes,
Haaland.
they have
Play like
such
Haaland.
creative players that they can probably find him at any time.
Yeah.
And I feel like
That's a
if
good
he's
point.
if he's dropped back and he hasn't gone back to his striker position, and then there's a free space there, that if he was there, they could have scored, and he's gonna be mad.
I think
But the reason I can't compare this to Haaland is that besides Haaland, there are 10 of the best players in the world playing for City.
Yeah, exactly.
Do Portugal have the quality in their team
If you play
to
Bernardo
let,
Silva,
to
they
let,
do.
to
They
let
do.
one of their players not help in
I think
the
they do.
press and all
I
that
think
stuff?
they
Do you think?
I think
Definitely.
they definitely.
No, I don't
But
think
you
so.
trust Fernando
Well,
Santos to
yeah,
set up
that
his
is
team?
definitely-
No,
That's
that's
another
not
question.
they're
I
not.
personally
They're
don't
no.
know.
I don't.
Like
I
ideally, this might happen, but I don't think that can work. I don't know. I think
Jose Mourinho needs to be the Portugal. I'm telling you,
that
he
would be
win the
great.
World Cup.
I would love to see
I
him
hate
in
Jose
international
Mourinho.
tournaments, but I think
He would win the World Cup. with
Jose
Portugal.
Mourinho has
He's
managed.
great,
But
he's
you
a
know
great
he tried-
knockout manager.
You know he
Yeah.
was at Portugal. I don't remember exactly when, but he was at Portugal and then he left.
What do you think about Zidane, World Cup
Zidane?
manager? If after this,
I think he'd be a good choice.
is he
for
gonna
France.
be?
France,
Is he gonna have the
definitely,
same
I agree.
success?
And the
Zidane
thing is,
would win the World Cup.
I think
for
Deschamps
France.
is a weird setup. What do you guys think about France? I mean,
No, I don't.
let's talk about France for a second.
Benzema,
Because-
Benzema just confirmed out for World Cup.
well, Benzema's out for World
Oh,
Cup.
that's just
Yeah,
not
but
confirmed.
I'm faking my
wow.
reaction.
World Cup.
Okay, so
We
you know
forgot
what?
about to talk about.
Let's
that.
talk about this. Okay, so now the biggest injuries we got Nkunku for
He
France.
was out.
Benzema out.
And
go.
N'Golo
Sadio
Kante.
Mane out. Kante
Kante,
out.
Pogba.
Pogba
Pogba.
out.
He
What
tore
do
his
you guys-
Diogo Jota out.
Diego Jota out.
He tore his
that
hamstring.
okay.
What do you guys think about all these injuries with World Cup? Is it because of the schedule? Is
I'm
it
telling you, it's
because-
because of the schedule.
I know,
We
but we
talked
talked about
about
it
it
last time.
Yeah, we did.
Qatar, we understand.
Wait.
Everyone understands. Qatar is the worst place to ever hold a World Cup ever.
But Benzema's been out
Ever.
for like a month.
A month.
He hasn't
he's
played.
been- The thing is,
He's
you
been in and
remember
out.
we talked about this in
Last
the
week.
like
Talked
three
about this last
like three episodes ago about Benzema. I told you guys that some of the fans thought he was faking.
Play the
just
World
because-
Cup.
Yeah, he was faking to be able to be fit for the World Cup, but he was not faking. He has been leaving practices since like 3 weeks ago. He's been leaving all of our practices, just like he's doing for France right now, to go see physios because he's hurt, or to try to be as fit as possible for the World Cup.
So I saw something about
But he
Deschamps.
was not faking.
I saw something that someone said about France, and that Raphael Varane and Karim Benzema still haven't practiced with the ball.
They have. It's just that
man.
they've been leaving. Like Benzema left 15 minutes after the practice yesterday.
After it started.
Okay,
Yeah.
But I
Sorry.
still think that France have to finish top of their group.
No.
Their group is just not
No.
good enough for
Denmark.
them to finish top.
I think
Okay,
Denmark's
even
the
without
So-
all these players.
Let's
I
talk
think-
about
I don't think
let's talk
Benzema's
about
gonna
France
make
for
a
a
big
second. How do you
difference.
set up with all those big injuries?
Let's
Because
go.
I
Let's
do
go each.
feel
Let's
like
go each of us.
I do feel like before, right? With just the midfield injuries,
Yeah.
okay, you have young players who can maybe play there.
Not
But
good
if you
enough.
don't have Benzema or Nkunku, that gives a lot of pressure on just Mbappe.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like
I
Nkunku
think he
wouldn't
can-
have
he
even
can-
started.
I think he can handle it.
Who's
This
gonna
is
give the
also
ball to
serious.
Mbappe though?
You look.
They don't
let's-
have no
let's- let's
Neymar.
do- let's
Messi's
do-
not
let's-
great
let's-
against
Let's
them.
do our 11. It's gonna be quick. I go Lloris, Konate. We were saying Varane is out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're
let's
set.
assume
Okay,
he's out.
I'm going. So Lloris, Konate, Koundé, I'm
You
going.
little
Oh,
bum.
no, sorry, I forgot about
Koundé is
Saliba.
also.
I'm going Konate, Saliba. Then I'm going Pavard on the right, Theo Hernandez on the left. Then I'm going Camavinga, Chouameni, Griezmann, Coman, Dembélé, Mbappé.
But where's the creativity? I feel
Yeah.
like, listen.
Dembele,
Griezmann,
Griezmann is not gonna do balls, bro.
I know, but Camavinga,
Camavinga's
shows
creative.
us World
Chouameni
Cup.
is like he
Camavinga's
plays deep. He's a
creative.
6.
Yeah.
But Camavinga is also a
Chouameni is also
but you're
creative.
lacking that. I feel
Yeah,
like compared
they're
to
definitely
Guendouzi-
lacking that creativity.
But do you start
Fabio
Guendouzi?
can't do that in my opinion.
Do you start Guendouzi?
Camavinga and Fabio are
Guendouzi
too similar. Camavinga is better, I think, but they
Yeah.
play a similar role. I think Guendouzi also plays a similar role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right
Where's
now.
that guy?
Camavinga and Chouameni, when they play for Madrid, I see them creating chances. Chouameni gets the ball from deep and he drives up.
I think
and
it's because you
finds
guys have
the-
really
the
creative
pass.
wingers. You guys have guys like Vini.
Yeah,
but then you have Dembele.
Coman and Dembele are
Yeah.
better than Vini and Rodri.
That's cow. But what about fit in? Fit in and Vini are better than Dembele and Koeman.
No.
Yeah, we don't even
Okay,
talk
if
about
Brazil
that.
were to play, France in the tournament, right? Which is, I think it's possible. I think there's
Brazil
a
is
couple of
possible.
outcomes
I
that
don't
make
think
that
so.
happen. What do you think happens? Like, do you think Brazil overrun them in the midfield?
Brazil
I think that's what
smacks
happens.
France.
Guimaraes, Casemiro, and Lucas Paqueta are all over.
And
So
they
many
have that
Camavinga
I mean,
and
they're playing in a, they had that experience playing in a very tough
Chouameni and Camavinga, I'm telling you that they are
It's a lot of pressure though.
they
First
are
tournament.
really exactly that's
That's
the
the problem.
First,
But
but
that's
Camavinga
where
as
doesn't
a
feel
players,
pressure.
okay, you're not gonna play
Camavinga doesn't feel pressure every game
Okay,
that we've
not
seen him.
in the
Every big
World
game that
Cup.
we've seen him play. Every
World Cup
big
is
game that
different.
we've seen him
Exactly, the World Cup is different.
We didn't say the same thing about Mbappe though.
play. He is ice cold.
Yeah, but Mbappe had a team around him.
But before his first World Cup.
Camavinga is
And
ice
you
cold.
didn't have the pressure on him because
But
he knew
look,
he had a team
I'm
around him.
just
Camavinga
gonna say
is
that.
ice cold.
I'm just gonna say that the World
I mean,
Cup.
people are forgetting though, but
Yeah.
in the 2021 year, in the Euros, a year ago, Benzema wasn't even the, he was in the team, I guess.
But it's because of the
They got out in
scandal.
round of 16.
yeah.
In 2018 in the World Cup, they had Giroud up front, and they
And
did well.
that's why
And that
that's
was
why
with Deschamps too. That's why I think that there are systems France can play
yeah.
where you can. I think Giroud. I think he
That's what I'm
started.
saying.
though. I think.
I was
think
about to
without
say that.
Benzema,
I was about to say we
he
played
starts
4-4-2. We played 4-4-2. We put back Loris, William Saliba, Lucas Hernandez, center back. Yes,
Konate,
trust me,
Konate
Lucas
starts
Hernandez
clear.
better.
Konate does deserve. a
Konate
shot,
makes
I
so
think.
many mistakes at Liverpool.
I don't
And
think
he's
such
too
a-
young. He's too young. Lucas Hernandez has the pressure because he
Saliba
played in
is
the World
younger
Cup.
than him, though.
Exactly. You can't have Konate.
I don't think so.
But William Saliba has proved to be much better than
When
Konate.
it comes to Saliba and Konate right now,
Konate
Yeah,
did.
obviously, but I think
We're
start
playing
both.
Listen,
Start
with,
both.
I think Konate, without Konate, Liverpool do not reach 4 finals.
Okay.
Or like they're not
Yeah.
competing for 4.
Okay.
In the World Cup final.
Okay, but
forget that
listen.
goal he was
Okay,
so
Lucas Hernandez, he
Konate
just
was
has.
actually good in the Champions League.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's bad. But I'm just saying that
okay, then
you can't start. You
yeah,
can't
I would
start
say
two
he's
very.
better.
You can't start two very young center backs.
I-
And then
there
a
is-
very
there is
young
a case to say
midfield.
for experience.
So I'm playing
yeah.
Lucas Hernandez, William Saliba, left back. I'm playing Theo
But
Hernandez.
Varane is unconfirmed. in
Yeah,
the
Varane is
he might.
unconfirmed.
He
If
might.
Varane
on the
comes-
basis that he's
if-
not gonna play.
Yeah, one of the best. If he
And
does
Koundé
play,
is
then he's
also
playing for
not in
Ibrahim
the best
Konate.
fitness
That's
either.
true, that's
He's also
true.
been injured for a
But
while.
that's
Yeah, and then
Pavard.
right back Pavard, left center or I play with a cam. Actually no, I'm playing 4-4-2.
The thing is, this
Left
does
center
play a 5 at the back sometimes.
Yeah, I know, but
That's the
that
thing.
could be interesting.
So I think that might be better because it protects.
So
your
who's gonna
midfield.
play the
It
third
protects your midfield more.
Who's gonna play the
I
third
think.
center back?
I think what you
Koundé.
do is you play.
Koundé, Konate,
play-
Saliba.
I think if Varane is fit, you play Varane
Konate,
left
Saliba.
center back.
Konate, Saliba, that's
You
perfect.
play
Saliba.
center back
Center back.
Konate, right center back
That's
Saliba,
perfect.
and then after you have the wing backs, and
That's
also
good,
in the
that's a good
midfield
idea.
you play Chouameni, Camavinga, because the
Yeah.
thing is, if you play a 4 at the
Five.
back system, it gives
5-2-1.
more pressure on the midfield.
But then you forget Dembele, Coman.
Well, Dembele, Coman, Mbappe.
3-4-3 maybe.
Yeah, no, we play 5-5-2-3.
Or even like a false 9, you have
Yeah.
Giroud drop deep, and you have Mbappe,
Yeah.
and like maybe Coman.
I don't think that Koeman and Dembele should start.
I think they
I think
should.
Dembele
Who else are you
So
gonna put on the
I think
wing?
it should be Giroud,
Coman.
Dembele, and Mbappe.
Coman
I
is
agree.
the most underrated winger in the past. In the
Well then,
generation.
Coman
Giroud,
is so
Giroud,
good.
Coman, and Mbappe. I don't think you
I
start
agree
both
with
I think you
Coman
start
and
Honestly,
Dembele.
honestly, I'm not starting
But
Dembele.
okay, but the fact that we've been having this conversation shows that France have depth in attack.
That's true.
Still,
They have a
even
lot of
They have a
even
lot of depth.
imagine even with those massive
And we're-
injuries, they still have guys like Dembele, Coman,
I mean, it's
who
France.
can make that.
And we're
change
forgetting
the game
maybe
for them.
potentially Martial for Benzema. We're forgetting Diaby. We're forgetting.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they can
Yeah.
come on as super subs. But the thing is that is this team gonna be prepared?
I think that no. I
Well,
mean,
that's the thing. A lot of changes right before the start. It might
Exactly.
make them flustered.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
That's a good point.
Are France getting the World
I
Cup?
think the aim is
finally.
definitely-
Let's
yes,
end
I
on
don't
France.
think so.
Yes.
I don't think so.
What do you think?
World Cup
Alex?
curse, yes.
No.
World Cup curse.
They might. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell. But I think it's funny because in 2002, 4 years after winning the World Cup, a lot of injuries heading into the World Cup, and they got grouped. They lost the game against Senegal.
And they weren't prepared.
Exactly.
But
World Cup curse.
I'm just gonna say two things. I don't think they're gonna get a World Cup first, and I think that they're young players. Like the World Cup, there's always players that show up, young players that ball out. And
Okay,
it's
but
gonna
the
be
whole
France.
team.
It's gonna be France.
But this might be a year where guys Saliba really
That's what I'm
make
saying.
their case to the
Exactly.
international. And also
Tchouaméni, Camavinga.
I've already proved the club level for Real, but if you can prove it at international level, that
Especially
means you
in the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, guys. Yo, Sophia, tu peux peut-être nous parler? Yo, answer. Yeah, so what do you guys? So what's the next topic?
Okay, so I think right now we talked about Portugal. We talked
Yeah,
about
How about
Ronaldo.
the injuries in total?
About France, the injuries. I mean, we could talk about Sadio Mane getting injured. What do you guys think about that?
So,
'Cause I thought Senegal had a good chance before that.
Senegal did have a good chance, and that's why I put Estupidan in my team because what am I talking about? That's why I put Bergwijn in my team because now that Senegal don't have that star player, what's his name? What's the center back?
I feel like that's gonna give Senegal more.
Koulibaly talked about it in his interview today. Koulibaly said that I don't think people understand the impact Sadio Mane had on the team in general. He kind of plays like that Messi/Ronaldo role where the players look up to him and they want to win and feel like they can win because of him.
Which is why I think that Senegal are gonna get even more dangerous now.
I mean,
that's
Denmark
I
in
don't-
the Euros after Ericsson had his incident.
Yeah.
They started.
Okay,
going
look,
crazy.
Brazil after Brazil after Neymar got injured.
That's true.
against
Brazil,
Colombia,
they're not a big
7-1.
team.
Oh, 7
And Denmark are.
Brazil
And
are
Denmark
not.
are exactly.
Brazil are not a
I mean,
big.
honestly, I was talking about Denmark
Brazil
are a
are
great team.
No. I meant Brazil is a big team. So
Yeah.
them losing Neymar, like they had other big names.
That's
Senegal,
true. That's what
Portugal. After they lose Ronaldo, they go crazy in the Euro final.
Yeah.
Denmark, just like you just said. I'm telling you, Senegal now without Sadio Mane, they'll have a point to prove that they are not just Sadio Mane FC. They're Senegal.
That's a
You know,
good point. That's a good
They're
point.
gonna want to show that they are a country that they don't need to depend on Sadio Mane, even though he is a great.
I still
He's a
maintain.
great
I
addition
still
to the
maintain
team.
that Qatar are gonna qualify the second spot and it's gonna be Netherlands first. I think.
You're
Senegal are
absolutely delusional.
getting- Just watch.
Qatar.
Just come back to the
Okay,
point.
what if
Okay,
Qatar?
wait, so-
okay,
Let's go to the next point.
Let's talk
Qatar
about
are
that.
not gonna
So-
score a single goal.
Yes, they
in the
are.
World
Yes,
Cup.
they are.
Let's
Just
talk
come
about
back to
this.
the-
Let's talk about this. So recently in the news, this came up a couple of days ago. That apparently, and some inside sources have confirmed this, that Qatar have bribed a certain amount of money to the Ecuador team for them to get a 1-0 win. I think they
In the
score
second
a goal.
half.
I would take
Score
the
a goal
money.
in the second half. Keep it entertaining.
I would take the money.
What do you guys think about
I
that?
would take the money. And I think it's gonna happen. I think that's I said this last week that Qatar.
If
are
it
gonna
does
do everything.
happen though,
That's crazy.
there's
Qatar
gonna
does-
be
like
there's gonna be
It sets them up well to
Yeah,
qualify.
yeah.
That's the thing.
yeah.
The thing about World Cup groups,
People
compared
are
to
gonna
Champions League
investigate
groups, is one win. You don't need more than a win. to qualify. You
One
need-
win and 2 more ties.
Yeah,
But
the thing.
that's what I said. I don't think Qatar would have invested this much money and this much effort into a tournament just to go out on the group stage with 3 losses. I think they would have done everything in their power
I
to
mean,
win
they
at
already went
least
all out.
one
They
game.
spent hundreds of billions.
Exactly.
already.
I think also
what's a couple million more?
Yeah.
Exactly.
A
And
couple
if-
million more, and also being found guilty of corruption.
Listen,
I mean,
it's
already, that's
already
the thing.
happened. It's
The
already
PR
happened.
is already bad.
Yeah. So
What
they
is
can't
there
make
to
it worse.
lose if this does end up being true? Would anyone be surprised?
I don't think so.
I would
No,
be
but
surprised.
Qatar is
And I
saying
think
all
they
these things
know they're in a
about
position where
they're trying to make their nation a footballing nation, trying to make it a culture in Qatar.
But now that it's come out, they've paid the Ecuadorians. If it does happen, then people are gonna know that, and I think
I don't think they're stupid enough. to do
what
that.
they're doing is that the reason that they're sports washing. The reason that they're holding the World Cup in the first place is to make the world kind of look at Qatar in a different way
Yeah.
because
Politics,
it's global politics. It's what I'm gonna work on my EE subject in IB.
Oh, nice.
And on how Qatar is sports washing their human rights affairs because not only
No, but it is an interesting topic. It's
it is an interesting topic. I
no,
agree.
but like yeah, jokes aside, like, it is an interesting topic. It's trying to make the world like it's trying to get more power. I guess
Yeah.
It's also trying to get that influence. It's
Yeah.
soft power.
That's true. That's true.
And I
It's
think
soft power.
listen, winning. I think the thing is, it's not for Qatari people. I think it's them winning would signify like them legitimately holding this World Cup. You know what I mean? Because if they lose all 3 of their group games like 4-0, people won't even be talking about Qatar anymore.
That's what I'm
We'll
saying.
be calling it the World Cup.
Exactly.
If Qatar is still in it, you know what I mean?
But if
for the host nation
and also just
to still be doing well, like with Russia in 2018,
and look
people
at the
were
effect.
talking about them because they made it to the quarterfinal. They almost made it to the semis.
And it's the same thing with Russia. They did
we're about to make a good
soft
example.
power.
Remember South Korea in 2002? They bribed the refs.
Yeah.
Look where South Korea is now. They're a good football nation. They have respectable players, and I think that's what Qatar are trying to do.
Okay, but now it's not 2002 anymore. It's 2022, and
it's way easier.
to understand. Like,
and people are way more sensitive
now
now.
Live compared to 2002 though. We now live at a time where you have countries owning football.
Yeah.
You know, Qatar has been involved in football since they bought PSG. Exactly. Because of Saudi Arabia, but it's still the Arab world. You know, they're still getting into football. They've been involved already. Now they have a World Cup in that area. I think this is people don't realize this is like
big.
This is like a kind of a summary of
that's what
years.
What's his name? The FIFA guy.
Infantino.
That's what he said in the interview. I mean, in the speech today, he had a speech about how much time.
Oh yeah, Infantino went off today.
30.
So Infantino talked about how something about like.
He completely went off today, man.
Yeah. We're so excited to be in the Arab world. We're so excited to be in the Arab world, in this beautiful country. Stuff like that, like I don't know.
No, he said I am a worker, I am gay. Like he said
I am gay, I am a migrant worker, I am a transgender, I am a non-binary, something.
And what's the point of that? Just to make people understand that Qatar is not like.
The thing that we can also talk about the alcohol ban. Maybe we should talk about
the alcohol ban.
You know, I think people notice by now Qatar is not going to be selling alcohol in the stadiums. I think personally, if they made that clear like 2 years before.
Ago. Yeah.
That's fine, but you do it 2 days before the tournament. I think that shows lack of organization.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it's gonna be a scandal. Like
I don't know.
We're gonna get killed.
I don't know that.
I'm telling you because either something about alcohol or about
gay
people, transgender. Because I
people
mean,
might go to prison. I think for sure.
Definitely.
You will see some like.
I mean the ambassador, like the Qatari ambassador for FIFA, even said, I don't accept gay people.
But again, it's just bad PR for them for no
Definitely.
good reason.
That's what I'm saying. They're failing in using the soft power. They're failing.
And you know the problem I think
they're not failing. They're just respecting their religion.
Okay,
but and you know what? And you know what? That's fair, and that is what they are doing. Like that's literally what they're doing. But the thing with the World Cup, right? When you choose to host a World Cup, and it is their choice. You know, they chose to put all this money. They chose to write their name as a candidate for the World Cup. They wanted this. When you do that, you open the world to your country. You bring in everyone to your country. And the World Cup,
they have to respect.
By definition, is secular. You know what I mean? You're not talking about there's no religion involved. There's no country. There's no like race involved. You're just bringing the world together in this one country, and different stadiums. You know, it's like a 1 month celebrating the sport of the world.
You know what the Qatari would answer to that?
Okay.
He would answer.
He wasn't done, but yeah.
He would answer why if that's the case, why do you need to come in my stadium and wave all your flags and protest your rights and do all of that? Why don't you just come and watch football?
And that's a fair response. I don't think that like you would go and like flaunt that, but I think that like you have to be open. If you're bringing the World Cup too, you're bringing in people of all different. You know, races, sexualities, creeds, and I think you have to understand.
I completely agree.
And look at Russia. I mean, Russia are probably not very good in human rights record. They have dictator.
Well, that's why they made the World Cup like.
Yeah, but for 1 month, just there were no real issues. Like they let in people.
I mean, and now that you watch the World Cup, you've seen how beautiful like the World Cup is, and if it was held in Russia, you kind of it brings people together. The reason that Qatar are doing this is that so people understand like. Look at the World Cup and they're like, oh my god, that was such a beautiful World Cup. Where was it? In Qatar. Wow, Qatar, beautiful.
Yeah, I know it makes it in this debate, but this just means that football should be separated from religion. Football just should be like something that
that's not possible. It's never going to be possible because I mean, even like in the 1400s, like the war was all about religion. Religion is going to be talked about like for our whole life and everyone's life.
I think the best way and I agree with that. I think the best way to sum it up is that football does not like work in a vacuum. It's not just like one thing. It's shaped, I think, by religions, by what we think about the world. So it's impossible to totally take it away from politics. But it would be ideal if we could just go into a tournament like this and not have to talk, not feel like we obligated to talk like morally to talk
That's
about
true.
like these issues and and just talk about the football. So it's just a shame. I think I don't know if you guys feel the same.
I agree.
Yeah.
You guys, I just got so hyped for the World Cup. I just remember like it's in 13 hours.
Yeah,
Like
it's
isn't that crazy? Like 4 years
You know
and
what's
it's in
good with us?
13 hours.
Oh yeah, by the
That's
way,
all.
we're reporting this not on Sunday actually. We're
This is
reporting
on
It's on Saturday.
Yeah. So by this time tomorrow,
Yeah,
we'll know
yeah.
if Qatar did win 1-0
Exactly,
against
exactly,
Ecuador. I mean,
exactly.
we'll see.
Like man, during Thanksgiving it's gonna be so good.
So I think
Like,
tomorrow is gonna be the first time we see how these conditions affect play.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
should we
That's
talk about the
fine.
Heat? And
Yeah,
Qatar?
the
I think
Heat.
that tomorrow's gonna be a bad example though, because Ecuador and Qatar,
maybe they're more
they're
accustomed
both
to it.
they're both more used to it.
Okay.
But England or
Or
Denmark,
Yeah.
Denmark.
those guys are suffering.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
the
guys
stadiums
suffer
are air
right now.
conditioned.
Yeah.
Well, did you see that video of the England, the whole England squad?
Yeah, obviously.
Did you see that video
Yeah.
of the whole England squad going to the
Yeah,
fresheners,
yeah.
like putting their face on it? They look like they just died.
Yeah.
All of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And that might increase injuries, I mean,
Definitely.
that might make them more tired.
And I was talking about Nathan this the other day.
during the World
What
Cup.
if we see another Christian Eriksen like situation where there's someone who faints on the field,
Yeah.
goes into
I
like,
think they might be more prepared for that though now.
Yeah,
knowing
definitely.
What happened there.
Definitely,
But still, yeah, stuff like that can happen though. I mean, it's.
That's true.
Yeah, and does it help Samuel Eto's prediction? For the World Cup? If you guys saw, he said that in the group stages, first of all the African teams are making it out, and that the semifinals will be Morocco versus Portugal and Senegal versus some other team, and then and then he said and it's Senegal versus Cameroon and Morocco versus Portugal in the semifinals, and then he says that in the finals, Senegal will beat Morocco and be the champions of the World Cup.
I think that he's gonna be a factor, but it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Cause I mean,
No,
look at
yeah,
the Euros.
obviously.
Look at the Euros in Italy. It was like 35 degrees.
No, Arthur. Obviously, it's not gonna actually happen. I don't think an African country is
Yeah, obviously, but
gonna
I'm
win
just
the World
saying.
Cup.
In general.
But I think that people were like, including me, people were disrespecting Samuel Eto'o so much for his like predictions.
it was
But
funny.
now it makes more sense.
I think African football is getting better. Here's
Yeah.
one thing that I'm excited to see in the next couple of
Ghana.
World Cups.
A World Cup
Is that
won by Africa.
more and more players are choosing to represent African
Definitely.
countries, I think we've seen this a
more
lot,
like the players that
a
get
lot of
dropped
English
by their
players
national
sometimes.
teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what's that guy name? What's that guy's
Iñaki
name?
Maitland Niles, Iñaki
yeah,
Williams.
and also
Tariq Lamptey.
Tariq
Like,
Lamptey.
isn't it funny how Iñaki Williams he's gonna be playing for
Against his brother.
he's gonna be playing for
Against his brother,
Ghana
yeah.
and his brother is gonna be playing for Spain.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
I think that they should
I mean, it's
just
like
make
Jerome
And no, but it's funny
Shaka.
how Iñaki
Jerome,
Williams chooses to
Moss.
represent his
and
home
the
country.
Boateng brothers.
Boateng,
Yeah. But it's funny how
And Pogba.
Iñaki Williams chooses to represent
Pogba
his
brothers,
country.
Shaka
His
brothers.
brothers are never good enough to play him.
But look, I
The
think
Roy brothers, if I'm
they should
Why is-
they should definitely make it a rule where you have to play for the nation you're born in. It just
No.
shouldn't be a rule.
No,
Yes,
no, no,
I'm
no.
What if I'm
sorry.
born in
I-
Japan, brother?
No.
Okay, but okay, explain why do you think that's
I think that it's just ruining. Like,
Safety.
look, French football will never be where it is without African
Safety.
influence. And
But
No, but I can't lie.
they feel
Yeah, I know.
more connected to France.
I know,
than
but
they
I
do.
just
They
I
got
just
that
think it's such a
France
better idea.
development, not the African.
I
Like
know,
they
but
grew up
it's just-
playing in the concrete
it's
courts
just
in,
better
like,
for
Marseille,
the-
What if they
or, like,
didn't even
in
speak
Paris.
the
It's
language
better,
speaking
it's
African?
better for the
Speak French.
competitiveness overall.
Yeah, no, that's
Soccer
true. I think we
league
can't
as a
argue with
whole.
that.
And for African nations, they're never gonna get a proper chance because all
Yeah,
the
they
other
will.
countries-
No, the real
Now
reason
more
the real
so.
reason they'll never get a proper chance is
I don't think
because
so.
oh nah. The real reason the real
Yo, that was louder than expected.
Okay, go.
the real
Yeah.
the real reason African countries are not going to win the World Cup is because of their financial stability and they're not being represented well enough.
I agree with that, but I think also there's also a lot of corruption with
Exactly.
the CAF, like with the
Oh, really?
African Federation. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's also a lot. I mean, I think it's a shame, but I think that in general, Africa they're getting better. I think.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, maybe next couple World Cups we'll start to see more of that I think they deserve more qualification spots. Firstly, I think people don't realize, but qualifying to the World Cup as an
For
African nation
Africa,
is
yeah.
very
It's
hard.
hard, it's hard.
Yeah,
I mean,
look,
you have
Egypt-
teams like
Egypt didn't
Nigeria,
make it.
Egypt,
Cote
are
d'Ivoire
going
didn't
despite
make it.
having good players.
But if you look at
Nigeria
the
was
players,
really
the
big.
players
Yeah,
that
they
chose
lost to Ghana. I mean, why does it have to be one or the other? You know what I mean?
I disagree with your point that players are choosing African nations now. Look at the players that played for Ghana. It's all players that who knew they couldn't make it to their
Yeah,
countries.
exactly.
Squad and just
That's
chose Ghana.
fair,
That's
but
so
maybe that's what
bad.
has to
It has to happen, obviously.
I feel like
Actually,
if
it'll
you think you're
motivate.
good enough to
It'll
play for
motivate.
like England, you'll choose to play for England
Yeah,
over Nigeria, no?
obviously.
Most players will.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But look at Aubameyang, like, and Messi Messi could have chosen to play for Spain.
Oh, maybe he could have played for Spain actually.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, Garnacho could have played for Spain.
Imagine Messi playing for Spain. He would have won.
Yeah, but Garnacho has
Euros
Argentina as an
twice.
alternative. It's not like he has like, it's
Yeah,
either
that's
or
true.
would be good.
Sure.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Um.
How long are we? 1 minute. How?
We're 40.
40? Is that? They're respecting.
I don't know.
So,
Yo, how many people are watching right now? Tell us real quick.
Drop in the comments.
In the comments, the question.
Get in the comments right now, bro.
Comments.
World Cup thoughts, just anything you want to talk
Guys,
about.
I can't lie. Last week and the past few episodes, like
We haven't
everything
got
we've
any
been saying,
news.
everything we've been saying in the like end of the videos, no one's been replying.
Except Lucas. Wait, let me check.
Shout out Lucas.
Because I asked for some people to send out some questions in the last video. Let me check.
Okay, so let's answer a couple of them.
Bro, I can't get it. That's a problem.
0 comments. 33 views last week.
Comments?
Comments are turned off.
Why
Why
are they
they
turned
turned
off?
off? I don't know why they're turned off.
Yo, I'm telling you, YouTube keeps turning off our
It's
comments.
because of the copyright of the World Cup of this piece.
Nah, it's because you swear.
Yeah, maybe. And
We never swear in the video, okay, guys? No, but I always say they're turned off, and I always say
Because
they're
you're
turned on,
close.
and they always say turn off. Because you're commenting, so. Sorry, we couldn't get any more comments. But there's 2 comments on this video. Check those 2 comments.
it's probably fire.
You should
and-
consider uploading your podcast to Spotify or
We
Apple.
already
That's
saw
what I
this.
said.
We already saw this on the
That's what. We'll get to that in the near future.
Okay, so last words. Let's see.
last words.
So
Alright, so what's gonna happen tomorrow?
tomorrow I'm
I'm
saying
saying Ecuador 2-0 win.
2-0?
I think Ecuador are gonna win
Comfortable.
because the reason Ecuador are gonna win because Ecuador know that people know about Qatar paying them.
Just hear me out. Qatar, 5-1.
Wow.
Amin
That's
Arif hat trick.
Here's the thing.
I say these are fantasy.
I've actually
No,
looked
he's
at
not.
Qatar's results over the last few
That's what I'm saying.
They lost to Croatia U23.
They get a lot of like they have a good
They lost to
defense.
Croatia U23.
Okay, that's
3-0.
But I'm saying they get a lot of like nil-nils. It seems like they get a lot of nil-nils. Like they have a good defense, but they can't score.
I think in the gold in
5-1
the
is the gold
in the
prediction.
Asian Cup they got crazy scores. They won against like China like
Like
6.
Qatari players, that's the thing. They just
Exactly.
Honestly,
Wow.
okay. Yeah, I know. I think it's gonna be Ecuador winning 3-1. No, actually, you know what? Qatar not gonna.
Qatar not gonna score
1-0.
goal.
1-0 Ecuador.
Okay, look, Qatar are gonna win. I don't know how much, but Qatar are gonna win.
Okay.
Okay.
Delusion.
I said
What about
Oh,
finally?
slap.
Finally, who's gonna win the whole World Cup? Alex.
it's so hard. It's so hard. It's so
What do you think?
Just randomly.
I'm gonna go Brazil.
Nice.
I'm gonna go Brazil.
Valid.
What are you going to do?
Who do you want to win and who do you think?
Yeah, who do you want to win?
He's gonna say Portugal, but who do you think is gonna win?
No, I want Brazil to win.
Did you see what I sent you on
I'm a
Instagram?
Brazil supporter. I think Brazil
Vini
is
lifting
gonna
the
win.
cup, that'd be nice.
However, if Portugal were to lift the World Cup, I would not be bad at Brazil losing.
I sent you a video of some guy saying like 99% of you wants to win Brazil.
What's your ideal World Cup final? Like, what do you think?
I
Portugal,
go
Argentina.
Portugal,
It's
Argentina, of
crazy.
course. Yo, that would be the most viewed sports event in all of history.
No, just
I think
event,
last World Cup.
event ever.
Yeah,
Just
probably.
Yeah, it would probably.
Wow.
Like just
It would
imagine.
have like
That's
3
crazy.
billion.
And then we gotta invite
Yeah.
so many people if that happens. Like invite like the whole school to watch it. Like
But we're inviting everyone.
everyone.
It's about to be a
everyone.
party at our crib, bro.
Oh my God.
We might have a new TV.
Really? Is it down?
You got a discount because.
Oh my
Black
god,
Friday.
if Portugal were to play Argentina.
What if Argentina?
Crazy.
What if Ronaldo, Messi both score?
Like if it finishes like 3-3,
What if
2 hat
what if
tricks.
it's a penalty shootout? Oh, I couldn't handle it.
Imagine
Oh,
Ronaldo
ah.
Imagine Ronaldo misses a pen and Messi scores a winning one.
Yeah,
It would be-
who's the goal then? Whoever wins the World Cup is
But I
the
think
goal.
that's
they
what we
could
said
decide
this
on
last
one
week. We
game.
said
I
this
think
last
it would be such a good, like, I mean, imagine that storyline. But
Storyline.
also, the thing is,
I think if one of them wins the
Qatar already
World Cup-
spent so much World Cup, and now there's reports saying that they bribed referees.
Why can't they bribe
What's
them?
what's stopping them from like
Exactly.
manipulating
Yeah.
like, the tournament?
That's
They
what I
already
thought
did. They
before.
already did. Look,
That's what I thought
they're in
before.
opposite brackets because they can't go until the final. They can't meet.
Did you see-
the draw was?
Did you
Wow.
see the Instagram post from today? Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, they're sitting playing chess on
Playing
the
chess. I
Louis Vuitton
tell
box
you.
that had the World Cup
I know.
trophy inside
I
of it.
know. I maybe sign.
I
Maybe
mean,
sign.
I'm telling you, bro, they're rigging it.
Even if it is, even if
I'm
it
good.
is,
I'm
even if
good.
I
I
don't
don't
care.
care.
I'm watching.
I don't
that.
care
Yeah,
if it's rigged, bro. I
Wait,
don't think
Alex,
it's
Alex,
rigged.
who do you think is gonna win?
Alright, yeah, so
And who do you want?
So I want England to win,
okay.
but I think Denmark are gonna win.
Saka, Starboy.
You see?
Bukayo Saka.
You've been saying Denmark are gonna win since like September.
You know one thing about Brazil.
That's valid.
You know one thing about Brazil that's interesting is that there's a lot of reports coming out that Gabriel Martinelli is Chiche has been looking and he might actually start.
That's-
Because he's been, in training he's been impressing over.
Instead of Vini?
Some Brazilian reporters
Not
are
instead
saying.
of Vini.
No. The thing is,
Instead of who?
some Brazilian reporters are saying that while Chiche knows that players like Vinicius
Who's just
are
on the right
better,
there.
are maybe better than Martinelli. Martinelli has that work rate in training, and
Yeah,
he's really
definitely.
making his case to start.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
so we might see him off the bench. We might see some good involvements. He's been
Vini-
so good for Arsenal this season, you know.
It's so good.
Vini might have that problem where the past couple games he's been acting really cocky and like superstarish, like trying to be. I don't know.
I think you still
Ronaldo
start
or
him.
Neymar.
No,
I think you start him.
His
You start
attitude might not be the
Richarlison,
best.
and you start.
No,
Jesus.
Who do you think he starts on the? Yeah,
On the
Jesus
right?
has to start.
You should
I
start.
think
Vini,
Richarlison
Jesus,
is
Rodrigo.
good for Brazil though. Richarlison is good. I don't.
Vini, Jesus, Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, okay, yeah.
They've got the most experience. out of
Neymar
them.
in behind.
Yeah.
Neymar Cam.
Casemiro, Guimaraes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Paqueta? We're not starting Paqueta.
Paqueta hasn't been good for West Ham this season, you know. I've actually been watching a couple of his games. He hasn't been great.
But their
He has that
fullbacks,
quality.
are so bad. Like it's,
Alex Telles is not that bad.
it's
He's
bad.
okay.
For
Alex
a
Telles is
World
alright.
Cup winning team.
And
yeah.
honestly, bro, you know who's playing right back?
It's not Dani Alves.
Danny Alves.
Danilo, bro.
It's Danny Alves.
Danilo's horrible.
Danny Alves is playing
Danilo's
right back.
horrible.
I've actually seen some people who.
They should have called up
They might put
Vinicius
Militao.
Cavani.
They might put Militao right back.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
I
should-
did
wow.
see that. And
Yeah.
the
I
thing
like that
is,
Charles
attacking-
Martinez.
That's
attacking wise,
respectable. That's respectable.
attacking wise, he won't be that good, but like defensively,
Attacking wise,
it's
Defense-
better.
and-
It's better than a.
and Brazil don't need that attack.
Militao is like Rudiger.
Yeah.
He loves to drive up and do those crazy.
Yeah, no,
shots.
he's
He's
really
really
good.
good attacking.
Like
Fancy
Ben White
forward.
regen.
Exactly.
Bro,
yeah.
Ben
Yeah,
White.
Alex, who do you think is gonna win?
Ben White is a
Alex.
wannabe Militao.
Yeah, Alex. What? So you said England.
Yeah,
you
he said
want to
England,
win.
he
Who
wants
do
to
you
win.
think is gonna
Who do
win?
you
What's
think
your
is
prediction?
I just said Denmark.
Oh, he said
Actually, you know
Denmark.
what? No,
He
I'm
said
gonna change it.
Denmark.
I'm gonna change it. I think Argentina.
He wants
Okay, okay.
Argentina.
I want Argentina to win
Okay.
because
I
I'm a
said-
Messi fan.
I want France to win. I think Argentina are gonna win. But if there was a game between France and Argentina, I wouldn't be mad.
Rematch 2018.
I wouldn't be mad for either one.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
Lionel Messi is the best football player.
Alex.
Talk to the hand, loser.
But that can see.
Just cut it out, bro.
Okay, go cut that out, right, bro?
Yeah, they're gonna
Aight,
right?
You gotta put some effort. Don't upload this raw video.
Yeah,
raw.
we're not.
He
We're
does
not.
that
Yeah,
for
dude,
The
the
we're
beginning
not.
is a bit ass. The end is a bit ass.
I agree.
Oh,
We're
this
cutting
guy
it out.
even more.
No.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, guys, listen.
Okay,
You're
Alex.
gonna do some editing work, anyways.
Yeah, right?
So-
just lose, crop out.
Yeah.
Crop out, crop in, crop out, crop in, crop out. Drink about.
Will he or will I like
Like,
open
who am I?
YouTube and I'll see this?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, who am I, Nathan?
Are you actually? Bro?
Nathan, who am I?
I can do it in a minute. I can do it in a minute if you want, bro. I just wanna make sure.
Guardiola mates. Alright, guys, I have one last question for you all. Are we all done?
Nah, but real quick though, let us know how y'all like this episode. I know that no one's watching right now, but let us know how y'all like this
Celeste Maya.
episode. Like,
Celeste Maya.
like, subscribe. I don't know. Leave a comment. Tell us how you feel about the video. Tell us who you want to feature in our
Next guest.
In our
Because I think this guest has been very successful. We'd like to also thank you, Alex.
Yeah,
Exactly.
pleasure being here. I like
Coming
talking to
here,
you guys. Yeah, it was
Hey,
great.
you're pretty good at talking too. You're like knowledgeable and shit.
No.
Who cares? About where we're talking about. Honestly,
I get that, man. I appreciate it.
okay, so I have one last question for you all today. Oh, we don't.
Wait,
I don't
you
know if
don't
you
have
watched
it
the end
first.
of the episodes,
No,
but we have a ritual.
Okay.
Just
Just go along with it.
follow along.
Okay.
But don't curse.
So I have one last question for you, everyone. What do you think of Tottenham? Boom! What do you think of Boom?
Tottenham!
Thank you!
That's
alright.
We ain't Tottenham! We ain't Tottenham! We ain't Tottenham! We ain't Tottenham! We ain't Tottenham!